Hello, we are currently at the allotment garden situated in Gembergen. Today, I will be explaining the various applications of effective microorganisms in our garden space. We have a large quantity of leaf residues here, but it could also be grass clippings or various types of garden residues. Now, everyone is aware of the process of composting, which is an aerobic process. However, today we are going to ferment just once. And fermentation is an anaerobic process. And with additions of some products that we will even provide more explanation about, we are going to create an improved product that will actually stimulate our garden, our soil life, and also add a number of trace elements and nutrients for the plants that will only improve the quality of our harvest. The basis is microferm. Microferm are the effective microorganisms that will take care of the fermentation process. However, we are planning to include a few items. The most important of all is trace minerals. Clay minerals, that is in reality a specific type of bentonite with distinct properties and characteristics. And that has two properties. Primarily and above all, it has the ability to absorb moisture. So the excess moisture is soaked up by those tiny minerals. However, what is even more crucial is the preservation of nutrients, by means of which our trace minerals actually generate a booster, establish a buffer to store and retain all of those essential nutrients. In classical agriculture, we use the abbreviations NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Now, in practice, a plant requires more than those three elements. They require minerals and trace elements. Currently, in this lava gravel, all of those elements are present, ensuring that our plants have access to a wide range of minerals and trace elements they need for optimal growth. So our soil will simply enrich because those substances do not normally occur in our garden. Our next step, step 3, is to add lime to the mixture. Now, we could include granular lime, but we are going to utilize seashell lime because that seashell lime will gradually enhance the pH level. Therefore, we are going to take a break once at this moment. So you actually see that is quite rough when you compare it to powdered chalk. You know what I mean, right? These are seashells that are lying on the ground. The last step, actually the most important one, is adding the microorganisms. If we put hope in a plastic bag now, it will start to rot, and that is not what we want. So the effective microorganisms provide the beneficial yeasts, molds, and bacteria necessary for the fermentation process of the material. So we are going to add that at this moment. We are going to fill our watering can and add water to it right now. And we pour that onto the pile so that the microorganisms can initiate the fermentation process and start breaking down the organic matter. Here are our microorganisms that guarantee fermentation instead of rotting, ensuring the process is successful. Because when things begin to decay, we experience unpleasant odors, such as ammonia and the scent of decomposing eggs. Those are the typical odors of a decaying process. And that is certainly not what we desire. That is the fermentation we require. And now we are able to begin with the shovel to mix that pile a little. Then we put them in the bag.
Our job is finished, and all the tasks assigned to us have been successfully completed. We can now take pride in the work we have accomplished.
There you go, the mixing has been finished, and now we're going to move on to the filling process. So now we only have sheet material here because those are remnants of the previous autumn season. However, it could equally as well be foliage originating from plants that are located in the garden belonging to them. Bermuda grass mowing, grass clippings. No weeds, no aggressive weeds, as we want to prevent their growth and spread. That is identical to the situation with a compost heap. If you make use of material, including seeds of aggressive weeds, you will further propagate and disperse them throughout your surroundings. Sick material should never be used, as it can easily contribute to the spread of diseases and pose a serious health risk. There exist microorganisms that are resistant to diseases, but we strictly avoid using any material that is diseased in our fermentation process under all circumstances.
We are now also going to pack one. A small amount of tamping is necessary because in reality it is crucial to remove all of the air in order to achieve the desired outcome and ensure optimal results. And in the end, ultimately, we will then proceed to seal the bag in an airtight manner, ensuring that no air can enter or escape from it, thus preserving the contents effectively.
Another distinction with composting is that when composting, a significant amount of energy is actually lost in the form of heat, and this heat is subsequently released into the atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide. CO2, carbon dioxide, is in reality a constituent of carbon that is released into the environment as a natural process of carbon loss in nature. With fermentation, you do not have that, so the carbon in that material.
The current situation in terms of optimal recovery has been successfully achieved through careful planning and implementation of strategies.
At this moment, we have acquired our ultimate and final product, which is our environmentally friendly green material comprising of clay minerals, volcanic ash, and lime. And then the microorganisms begin the fermentation process. That will stay in an airtight package for a duration of 8 weeks at this time. And after 8 weeks, we have our final product that is still recognizable. That will not be the case like with compost after 6 months, where it has turned into a kind of soil. It still remains a recognizable material that can be employed as mulch, but in contrast to regular mulch, it encompasses a significant amount of nutrients, trace elements, and minerals. We have just explained the contents of it. Therefore, we possess a highly nutritious mulch that will also provide benefits to the soil life. You will witness that the population of worms in your garden will undergo exponential growth due to their access to nourishing food and their ability to transport that food into the soil. Use outside mulch to work in the soil and the ground. It does not matter at all. The ultimate objective is to enhance our soil not only with nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, but also with a large number of trace elements that provide advantages to our plants.